What separates a good trader from a poor trader? How can you have two traders with identical information and identical trades, but have one do consistently better than the other? What do hedge fund traders and market makers know about trading that us home gamers don't? Hey there, folks. This is Alan Sama from OptionGenius.com. Now, I get a lot of emails from traders, and there's one thing that I get asked over and over again, and it goes something like this. So, Alan, I win on most of my trades, but when I lose big, and it wipes out all of my gains and a lot more. What can I do about this? Good question, right? I mean, has that ever happened to you? Probably has, right? It happens to everybody. Maybe even more than once. Be honest. No problem. It's just you and me here. So, what'd you do about it? I mean, it definitely does happen to all of us. And we all think that we can avoid this fate, but it still keeps happening over and over again. Now, if you ask the average trader, something like this question, you might get an answer from, well, you got to have more discipline, or, have a better strategy, or even you need better risk management. And all those answers are great, but is there more to it than that? There has to be, right? I mean, is it really just that easy? Just have more discipline? I mean, heck, everybody wants more discipline, right? Everywhere you look, people are trying to be more disciplined. I mean, with their time, with their money, with their health, their kids, etc. Hell, I mean, if I had more discipline, my cholesterol wouldn't be through the roof. Am I right? I mean, it's easy to be disciplined for a little while, for a short period of time. But we all have our weaknesses. And me personally, well, my weakness is chocolate chip cookies. You put a plate of warm, gooey cookies in front of me, and my discipline just goes out the window. I mean, heck, just use it. Just looking at this slide is making me salivate. But if you've been around for any amount of time, you know that discipline comes and goes. It's not constant, right? But it can be if you have the proper systems in place. And it's easy to say that you should have better risk management. That's common. No, have better risk management. Protect your losses better. But it comes to emotions, and overcoming your emotions is not that easy. So what I want you to do is stop trying. Stop trying to overcome your emotions. Because what you need to do is to trick yourself instead. By tricking your brain and doing it a little bit differently than you've been taught in the past, you can take the mental pressure off yourself when you're trading. Because there are several things you can do. And it's not even that difficult once you learn the trick. Okay? So just like this sentence here on the slide, if you read the sentence, there is a trick. There are ways to trick yourself. So now let's have some fun, shall we? Now, I've heard a lot of traders say in the past that you just have to buckle down. You have to put your nose to the grindstone, get it done, or get her done. That's how they say it down here in Texas. Well, you got to stick to your trading plan and you don't deviate, right? Well, that's what computers do. That's why they have computers and algorithms and all that. People don't do that. The brain is going to do whatever the brain wants to do, no matter how much we try to control it. And for those people who think that they can just force themselves to get better, well, I have a little experiment, if you don't mind. So please go ahead and sit down if you're not seated already. I trust you trust me, this is going to be fun. What I want you to do first is I want you to lift your right foot a few inches off the ground and begin to move it in a clockwise circle. So just, make little circles with your right foot, a couple inches off the ground. Don't strain yourself, no big deal. Now, as you keep doing that, I want you to take your right hand and take your index finger, the finger that you point with. And I want you to take that finger and I want you to draw the number 6 in the air. Now keep moving your foot in your circle too. Okay, don't stop that. Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? Move both of them. Move your foot in a circle and draw the number 6. What are you doing? You mean to tell me that you can't do this simple exercise? Huh? Well, don't feel bad because nobody can. Our brains won't let us. Our brains will do exactly what they want. And that is my point. Okay? So, now hacking is a word that's pretty popular nowadays. Okay. Oh, you stop doing that exercise. Come on, focus, focus. Come back with me. All right, you can do that later. You can show your kids how to do that later. But what I want you to talk about now is, something that people call hacking, right? It's a popular term nowadays. People are doing growth hacking for their companies and they're doing biohacking for their health. Now, a hack, we're not talking about computer hacking doing evil stuff here. We're using it to help ourselves. Now, a hack in that term is a simple tool or a process that gets us the results that we want. So what we need to do as traders is we need to do what I call trade hack. Okay? Use simple hacks and tools to make trading easier. For example, when you're in a trade and you're down a lot of money, or even a little bit, you know in your gut that the trade is going to turn around and turn into a winner, right? But your trading plan says you got to get out. But you don't want to. Why? Because you remember all the times when you were in a trade in the almost the exact same situation when you did have the discipline to listen to your trading plan and you got out, and what happened? The trade turned around and it would have been a winner. But instead you got out and you're sitting on a loser. So what do you do in this position? Well, you stop fighting yourself. You stop fighting your trading plan. You stop fighting yourself. You use a simple hack that once you implement it will never let you be in this position ever again. Okay? If you have ever given back too much of your gains, or if you screwed up in trades because your emotions got the better of you, it's because you're human. And, that's a good thing. You are not a robot. You are not an algorithm that doesn't think and just does whatever it's programmed to do. Okay? We're people, we can't do that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to lose our humanity. But some people would suggest that if you want to be a better trader, you have to be a robot, right? Just follow the robot, follow the rules. That's it. Well, that's a lot easier said than done unless you know the tricks. You see, you do not have to force yourself to have more discipline. You do not have to force yourself to have better risk management. And it is probably not your strategy that is the problem. So how can you trade more consistently? Well, I've been asking myself that question ever since I got started trading. And over time, I've compiled a set number of hacks or tools that help me to be more robotic in a sense while still being able to keep my sanity and to adjust to the markets and the trades in ways that robots cannot. That's pretty cool, don't you think? Now, imagine a tool that you have access to right now that costs you nothing to use, but this tool will keep you from breaking your own trading rules ever again. Wouldn't you want to get your hands on this tool? Or imagine a way to manage your trades so that no matter what strategy you use to trade, it removes the mental pressure and anguish of having a losing trade so that you can avoid becoming a deer in the headlights. Or imagine a way to tweak your trading so that you can enter a state of flow, what athletes call the zone, where the decisions come naturally and easily, and you can predict well in advance how your trade's going to work out. Isn't that cool? Right? So we have methods to never break your trading rules again, to solve the riddle of inertia when you cannot get yourself to make an exit or an adjust decision, and trade in the zone while being able to predict the future. Holy cow, right? I mean, geez, what kind of sorcery is that? Huh? Well, these are just 3 of the hacks that I use every day to help me keep my calm no matter what chaos is happening in the markets. Now, sure, I have losing trades just like everybody else, but huge drawdowns have been totally limited. Now, I use these 3 hacks plus 4 others that I found that allow me to improve my performance and yet still be able to sleep peacefully at night. Now, unfortunately, It is a lot more complicated than just entering a stop loss order. So I'm not going to do that. That's not one of my hacks, okay? I mean, stop losses are great, except when they aren't. I mean, you remember the flash crash? Stop losses wiped out billions of savings for people. And they don't work really well with options either. Now, I'm sure you've been a victim to a stop dropping, hitting your stop and then rallying all the way up again while you curse your luck. Well, stop cursing because I want to help you out here. I want to share my tools with you in a special live training that I am doing. This is coming up soon. I have 7 hacks that are free to use. I mean, they cost you nothing. You don't have to buy anything to use them. That will instantly make you into a more consistent trader. Large drawdowns will be a thing of the past if you implement even just a couple of these tools. All right. So after you implement these 7 hacks, you're going to be able to be fully confident in yourself and your trading. You're going to know for a fact that your trade analysis is sound on every trade. You will have 100% belief that you can make money. All right. You will have a system that suits your personality, that you intimately understand. You will be able to prepare for and anticipate changing markets. That's a big one. If you can tell when the market is going to change, you are going to make profitable trades and then you will not give it all back. You will know in advance what to do of news events. And you're going to have 100% commitment and motivation to what you're doing. Also, you're going to have the same mentality and thought process that the professionals use. Your fear of losing money and or being greedy will be eliminated. You won't need more than just a few minutes a day to trade. You're going to easily be able to transform your trading to a larger size. You're going to be able to go from trading small to trading large very easily. You will stop over trading. You will have a foolproof framework for analysis. You will not be restricted by not having enough capital, and you will know exactly what trades to make in what markets and know exactly when to stay out of the markets entirely. Okay, that's a lot of stuff that we're going to cover on this training. Now, this training, I'm not going to be talking about any particular strategy or trading method. Okay, the rules I will show you can be applied to any method of trading, no matter what you're doing. Options, not options, forex, day trading, all that stuff. Whether you're an option seller like me, or maybe you're a day trader, or you just trade stocks, this training will open your eyes to what you are missing out on. Now, I only have room for 100 people on this special live training. On the call, we're going to be doing a webinar. We only have space for 100 people. We're probably going to be going on for several hours. How many, I don't know at this point, since I've never done this training before. I've never shared these secrets with anybody before. We're just going to go on for as long as it takes. Okay, to not only answer all, or not even cover all the materials and all the hacks and how to implement them, but I'm going to be answering all of your questions live as well for everybody that's on the call. So whatever questions you have, I'll be answering them to help you implement them as much as possible. A couple of these hacks have been developed by me. I've made them. And I'm going to share electronic copies of these with you, so you'll be able to download the hacks that you can use, and I will share anything else that you need to implement these hacks. So you do not need to worry about having the resources to pull this off, okay? There is nothing to buy. None of these hacks cost any amount of money, but I will show you how to use them right away so that you can make yourself a better trader. So now let me ask you this. How bad was the last large loss that you took? Go ahead, be honest. The last big loser trade that you had, how much did you lose? Did you lose $500, $1,000, maybe more? Well, what would it be worth to you if you could have not had that last loss? What if you didn't have that loss? If you had a way to keep you from losing that money, what would it be worth to you? Or what if you improved your gains by just 1% a year? Whatever you're making now, you make 1% more. How much would this material be worth to you if you made just 1% more a year, every year, forever? Go ahead, come up with a dollar amount in your head. Because I know that this material has been invaluable to me. I mean, heck, even if you just implement one of these 7 hacks, you will save yourself thousands of dollars in losses over your trading lifetime. But you don't need to worry because I'm not going to be charging you thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars. I'm going to share these with you for a little pittance, a tiny fraction of their true worth. Now, as I said, whoops, I am limiting this training to 100 people, and I do expect to sell out very, very quickly. We have an email list of ourselves of over 20,000 traders, so I know we're going to be selling out really fast. If you miss out, you will have to wait until we sell the recordings, but you're going to have to pay a lot more money for it, and it won't be live without me answering your questions, so you won't be able to get, questions answered live by me. So what you need to do is join us, especially since I'm only charging $97 for it. Okay, so it's called Trading Hacks. Be a more consistent trader. It's just $97, and it comes with a full guarantee. So if after the training you don't think it's worth your money, you just ask for your money back within 7 days, I'm going to call you crazy, huh? But you still get your money back. And if you cannot make it live, or if you cannot stay for the whole time, because you have to leave, put your kids to bed, whatever it is, there will be a recording so you can watch at your leisure. No worries. You'll have access to it. You can watch it whenever. So join me live for Trade Hacking, 7 tools to make you a more consistent trader. The training itself is scheduled for Thursday, August 17th at 7 p.m. Central Time. Please go ahead, use the link below this video to sign up right now. If you delay, you will probably miss out. Again, it's live on Thursday, August the 17th. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Central Time. I hope you're there. We'll see you on the training.